All right, so today we're going to take a deep dive into Cult Killer.
Ooh, okay.
It's a new crime thriller. I don't know if you've heard about it, but it's been getting a lot of buzz.
I have not heard of it, no.
Yeah. Well, we're going to find out more about it today. Our source material for this is a review from MovieKaTicket.com.
Okay, cool.
So, if you're a big movie buff, this will be right up your alley. But even if you're not,
Yeah.
I think this is going to be an interesting one.
For sure, for sure. Well, crime thrillers are always a popular genre.
Yeah.
And Cult Killer, it sounds like it's going to be a good one. They really explore those kind of dark, elements of human nature.
Yeah.
The good versus evil, morality, all that.
Right.
And reviews, they're always subjective.
Yeah.
But they can give us a little bit of a peek into what the film might be like.
Right. Okay, so Cult Killer. The basic premise is that we have an investigator, and they're forced to partner up with a serial killer to solve a case. It sounds like there's going to be a lot of tension there, obviously, a lot of moral dilemmas to grapple with.
Right.
Especially as the two of them have to work together.
Yeah. What's interesting to me, though, is this whole unlikely partnership thing.
Yeah.
It's not a new thing. It happens a lot in crime fiction. Why are we so fascinated with that?
I don't know. It is interesting.
Yeah. It's like, why are we so drawn to these stories where the lines between good and bad get all blurry?
Yeah.
It really makes you think about, what is justice?
Yeah.
What is morality?
Right, and how far would you be willing to go to achieve that?
And I think those are questions that these kinds of movies really make us ask ourselves.
Yeah, and I think it makes for a really compelling story, too.
Yeah.
To see these two very different characters.
Right.
Having to kind of put aside their differences and work together.
Exactly.
For a common goal. And what's interesting, too, is that this one, Cult Killer, is set in Ireland. So that adds, I think, another unique element to the story.
Definitely. A different backdrop, for sure.
Yeah. And the review really praised the performances of Alice Ease and Antonio Banderas.
Okay.
They said that their chemistry was captivating and chilling.
Ooh, I like that.
Yeah, so it sounds like, the acting is going to be top-notch in this.
Yeah, the performances are so important, right? Yeah. Especially in these kinds of movies where you've got these really complex characters like, a serial killer. It's not just about the plot.
Right.
It's about how do these actors bring these characters to life?
Right.
What choices are they making? How are they portraying the characters' inner struggles?
Yeah.
Their motivations. And think about a movie like Silence of the Lambs, right?
Oh, yeah.
Anthony Hopkins as Hannibal Lecter.
Oh, yeah.
So good. So creepy.
So good.
But, I think it's those performances that really elevate these kinds of films.
Yeah, for sure. For sure. And it makes you wonder, too, about, the actors themselves.
Yeah. How do they get into that headspace?
Right.
To play a character like that. It's got to be tough.
Yeah. Deep dive we could do.
Yeah, for sure.
How do actors prepare for these roles?
Right, exactly.
But, apart from the performances, the review also talked about the cinematography.
Yeah.
How it was really atmospheric, and the score was haunting.
Oh, wow.
So it sounds like they're really trying to create this unsettling,
right,
tone and mood.
Right. Yeah, which I think is really important in a thriller.
Totally.
You need to
set the scene.
Yeah, set the scene, set the mood, build the suspense.
Yeah, exactly. It's like, if you think about a good meal, it's not just about the main ingredients.
Right.
It's about the spices that you add to enhance the flavor.
Yeah.
And that's what these elements do in a film.
Yeah, for sure.
They kind of elevate it.
Yeah.
And immerse you in that world.
And it sounds like they're trying to do that.
Yeah.
With Cult Killer.
Sounds like it. Yeah. Okay, so the review's final verdict.
Okay.
They said that Cult Killer is a thrilling, edge-of-your-seat experience that will leave audiences questioning right and wrong.
Ooh, I like that.
They recommended it.
Yeah.
For fans of psychological thrillers who enjoy a little bit of moral complexity.
Okay, so not for the faint of heart.
Right, yeah, exactly.
But for those who like to kind of delve into those gray areas.
Right, the gray areas, yeah.
It sounds like this could be the film for them.
Yeah. And I guess it kind of makes you think about, what kind of movies do you like?
That's a great question. I'm always drawn to movies that kind of stay with me after they're over. The ones that make you think, the ones that challenge your perspective.
Yeah, that's always.
And it sounds like Cult Killer might do that.
Yeah.
It'll be interesting to see if it lives up to the hype.
For sure.
But yeah, I always encourage people to explore different genres, explore different stories. Keep your mind open.
Yeah.
You never know what you might discover.
Right. That's a great point.
And you might even learn something about yourself along the way.
Yeah, for sure. All right, so to wrap things up today, we took a deep dive into this new film.
Yeah.
Cult Killer.
Cult Killer sounds intriguing.
Yeah. An investigator teaming up with a serial killer. Set in Ireland.
Oh, yeah. Don't forget that part.
Yeah. All the ingredients for a really thrilling ride, it seems.
It does. It does.
So here's a thought for you, though. Imagine you were in the investigator's shoes.
Oh, okay.
Would you be willing to partner up
with a serial killer?
With a killer to get justice?
That's a tough one.
It is a tough one.
Yeah.
And where would you draw the line?
Yeah, that's a really good question.
What would you be willing to do?
Right. What compromises would you make?
Exactly.
Yeah. I don't know if I have an answer to that.
It's a tough one.
It's a tough one.
But it's something to think about.
It is. It is. And you know what? I'm curious to hear what other people think, too. So if you guys watch Cult Killer,
yeah,
let us know.
Let us know. We want to hear your thoughts.
If it lived up to the hype.
Yeah. Until next time, stay curious.
Stay curious.